And I remember calling my mom and I was like, hey, mom. And she's like, hello. I was like, hey, you hear about dad and uncle moving? And she fired back with, yes, I did. And just to let you know, you can't come live with me. And I was so taken back that was the response. I was like offended. I was hurt. And so I deflected and I was like, well, that's not even why I'm calling, you know? I was just calling to say I love you, but whatever, you know? And she said, well, here's the thing. There's a shelter called the Rescue Mission downtown Portland, right on Burnside. If you go in there, they have resources for showers. They have, you know, you can get clothes, a place to stay. And so I remember going down there and checking it out. And I was like 18 at the time, right? And I never had too much experience with like hard drugs, at least like up close. And I remember going in there and I was like, hell no. Everybody's geeking and tweaking, moving and grooving. Everybody's just not good looking. You know what I'm saying? They're tore up from drugs of abuse.
Sure.
And it's ironic because eventually I would find myself in that situation. I'm like, oh, this is how that happens. And they're not gross. So those are my people who are just lost in addiction. But being 18 years old, you don't understand that, especially when like you have like ego issues and everything's got to match and you got to be fly. I was just very shell struck. You know what I'm saying? Or shell shocked. And so I remember going outside and I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'll find a different route. And I quickly made friends out there, right? And I was very surprised that like a lot of kids were my age. There was even kids younger. I'm talking like 40 or 50 kids out there, you know, within like a 5-year gap, 4-year gap. And I'm like, this is so fun. And we used to go down to a place called New Avenues for Youth off of 8th and Oak. And from 18 to 24, if you're homeless, you go there, you could take showers, you could eat food 3 times a day. They'll give you like clothes, things like that. And I was like, oh, this is my route. And I remember that's kind of where my first addiction begun, because I became addicted to the chaos. I became addicted to the lawless lifestyle. I became addicted to the all day and all night parties.
Yeah, there's no responsibility, man.
There isn't.